Big day for farmers and markets all over the place. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Daily Update for Friday, April the 9th. And this update will be brought to you by our friends and partners at Family Farms. And of course, what a better day to talk about Family Farms when we have the WASDE report coming out. But in the meantime, Family Farms, we have the same agenda, same goals. Want to help farmers and producers take care of their money, take care of their product so that they can do what they do best, and that's farm it. In the meantime, again, it is WASDE report, which I could care less. And I'll tell you what I think is going to happen here shortly. But it is a big report, and a lot of people will be watching it. But at the end of the day, I would say, based on the early price action that we're watching right now, I would say that the report, they're probably a little bit overly bullish towards this report, and I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of a small pullback, maybe a bigger pullback, when the report actually comes out. It looks to me that the trade has decided that they want to now be long versus last report when they were a little bit negative. So I will say the report itself will be probably slightly positive, maybe even slightly negative, but has been well priced in already at this point. However, we don't foresee the longer term trend changing, which is grains are going higher. And as we look right now, which could change by the time you get this, they're up across the board. In the meantime, in the meats of the protein complex, they're all down a little bit, slightly. But again, after the rallies and where they've been, not a real surprise. Fats and feeders are slightly lower. And of course, hogs are slightly lower a little bit as well. So we'll see. We're long them all. The only thing we're short in the whole complex is the wheat market. And as we take a look around the rest, of course, equities are all over the place. The Dow popping up big. The Russell at the moment down big. The NASDAQ making a charge back from down 80 to almost unchanged. And the S&P somewhere up around 3 or 4 points. Now, again, that could change at any time. This has been a very wild morning, which is very typical in illiquid, non-concerning markets that have no idea where they're going. And really, the lack of interest that we're seeing is really telling more of the story. Okay, so just be careful here. We're still long across the board with the exception of the Russell. Bonds and notes are slightly lower. They have rallied back dramatically from their earlier lows. But again, we expect them to continue to go lower, even though the Fed is putting in $120 billion a month, trying to push them higher, trying to manipulate interest rates. But the street and the bond traders are telling you that interest rates can be higher. Crude lower. But coming back from its lows, we're still short. Copper lower, we're long. Nat gas is higher and we're long. The dollar is higher and we're long. But the picture again remains very murky with the lack of activity in markets, the lack of action. Okay, and I say this to you with the straightest face I can. It's just nobody cares right now. Okay, and this is where you got to be very careful. It's very easy to get trapped in these markets. And to be honest, I did not even take a gander at the softs. I have no clue where they are right now. I could turn around and look at them. In fact, maybe I'll do that. Give me a second. I'll give you a quick look. Let me just go to it right now. And I'll give you the quick view. You can look at the back of my head for a moment. If you don't mind. And, okay. The softs are pretty flat. Cotton's a little bit higher. OJ's a little bit lower. Coffee's a little bit lower. Sugar's a little bit higher. And cocoa's a little bit higher. We are short across the board, so that makes it easy. So at least I did my job. Yes, you had to look at the back of my head. I am sorry for that, but that's life in the big city. In the meantime, again, just be careful. We'll see what the WASDE, that should be the excitement of the day. And I would expect to see a little bit of a pullback off of it. I'm long, so I hope I'm wrong. But after watching price action, it probably will be. In the meantime, don't forget about our brokerage partners. Now, again, we do have other brokers and always in full disclosure. But, of course, for futures and commodities, we prefer CTG Group. They're the only licensed or the only authorized vendor of our letter of direction trading. They've got great customer service. They've got wonderful managed futures products that they want you to check out. In the meantime, you want information, just go to info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba Trading. That's info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba Trading. And in the meantime, don't forget about our other brokerage partner for equities and options, which is Tradier. And there is nobody better than Tradier at equities and options. And at $10 a month, how can you pass it up? They've got great customer service as well. Plus, we've got their APIs, which allows us to automate your portfolio to our programs if you choose. It's not a necessity. You don't have to trade with Tradier if you don't want. If you want automation, there's where you can get it. And, of course, our commodity report written by Andy Hecht, #1 writer for Seeking Alpha, now writing for Bar Chart. Came out of the industry, been a commercial trader for 40 years. The best report I've ever I've ever read. And check it out at BubbaTrading.com. It's called Technomental. And, of course, our high school program, if you want to help us out there at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba Trading. Masters, Justin Rose in the lead. Fade him. I think he's got no chance. Even with a 4-shot lead, I think he falls apart. And I actually bet against him in every match I could this morning. In the meantime, have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy, and we'll see you on Sunday with Bubba's Bottom Line. Have a great one, everybody. We'll see you later.